Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So today is July 28th, 2025, Monday. We have Venus in Gemini sextiling Chiron in Aries. So this is a good day to share feelings, if you are so inclined. We do have a void moon later on tonight, 8:57 p.m. And then the moon enters Libra, 10:43 p.m. So we also have the moon and Mars conjunct in Virgo as well, which is nice energy. We talk about energies and which is nice and which isn't. And honestly, I have to tell you, I think it's really what you're used to, whether or not an energy feels good. I know that all of the energies, mean this or mean that, and the aspects really are what's driving the train. But if you have a lot of planets or points or something in a certain sign, what you might consider hard, somebody else might consider easy. So whenever we're hearing these general readings, there's always something to consider. So you always have to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Venus in Gemini, she loves to talk. Not everybody's talkers. I am a Gemini rising, so I do like to talk. Sometimes cautious on what I like to share. Part of that is caution. Part of that is with Chiron and Aries there, part of that I realize is being afraid to speak out sometimes. So I'm getting much better at it because I realize nothing's personal, especially since I've learned so much through astrology, and still learning. So if you have something to say to someone today, you have some nice support. The sextile is a nice support there for you. And of course, if you have planets or points around where this is in your chart, it's going to be a lot louder for you. So also on the 30th, I think that's Wednesday. Yes, we have Chiron going retrograde in Aries, 27 degrees. So, this could play out in so many ways. You could feel, childhood wounds come up, abandonment, betrayal, shame, anything like that could start bubbling up, or you might feel like you need to look at it again. Also, Chiron and Aries, it's, Aries is all about the self. So this is a real good time for self-inquiry. Look to see what's being mirrored to you in your world. That's a really good place to start. If you're seeing things you don't like, take a deeper look if you want to do the work. So, you might have questions coming up around, am I strong enough? Am I courageous enough? Can I do this? Do I need help? And Chiron is the wounded healer. It's the medicine. So, yes, you can, but it's going to take some effort. It's going to take some healing. So, let's just pull some cards. I have my astrology deck here. Just, we'll see what wants to come out. Yeah. I'm looking to get a new astrology deck, one with different colors. I love this deck, and I love the colors, but I've had it a long time, and I want it to evolve. So let's just see what comes up. And this one came out, Capricorn. Chronos, ambition, realism, methodical steps. So let's see, what else do we have going on this week? Well, we know that we know that Saturn is retrograde. So this is we have Saturn retrograde, we have Neptune retrograde, Chiron's going retrograde, Mercury's retrograde, this is really good time to back up the train. Really sit with some things and allow them to be shown. It's time, Father Time. You know, Saturn is a beautiful teacher. I personally feel his rings have softened. I talked about this before. I notice I keep saying, sorry. But it's true. I you know, as we've evolved and we're now moving forward, when we evolve, so does everything around us. Therefore, the planets in our chart evolve. I feel that deeply, working with the planets. My own personal journey, what I've learned about being on this path with my blueprint, I used to think it was so boxed in, like, but it's not. It can feel that way until you know, just loosen your grip on it. Each planet really has something to gift us. I've learned so much about Saturn. I'm learning so much more about Uranus now. Each planet has so much there for us. So that's, you know, that's the whole idea of learning your chart, is you learn about yourself. It's an inward journey. Anyone can read the chart and say this energy, that energy, you know, this is what's moving, you're going to feel this, that, but you're the one that allows through the growth. It's your choice. The energy, you have to work with the energy. You want to work with the energy so it doesn't work you. But when you connect with it and work with it, it is mind-blowing. Some things are harder. They're, you know, Capricorn's hard work. It can feel long and arduous at times. I know I definitely feel that. But you know, from the skeleton to the flower, you know, that's what happens when we deal with whatever's going on. So, ambitions, methodical steps. Where does Capricorn sit in your chart? Let's start there. You could look there. Okay, what goes with Capricorn? For those watching. Time is now. Water. Okay, so spiritual, emotional, intuitive compassion. So this is about how you deal with it, how you deal with yourself. This is the receptivity. Are you open? Are you open to looking at what Saturn wants to teach you, the Capricorn areas of your chart? Can you hold compassion for yourself? Can you see yourself already perfect, even though you have flaws? We all, you know, have a dark side. Everything has light and dark, so there's no, you know, running away from it. You can, but eventually you come right back to yourself. So waters really help hold us. One thing, I work with water, and I've worked with water, I don't know, I think I learned about it back in 2016 or 17. And I recently started, because of the retrogrades and also some other inner work, I started working with new messages under my water. I've always sat my water on words and sacred geometry, but in the last week, I put down certain things I wanted to say and then allowed them to come through my dreams. Very profound. It's a really helpful way to work through things if you're unsure about something. I trust water completely. I mean, we were born in water. It is the most truth-telling element we have. Water holds everything. So that's for somebody. So you could try that. try writing your name on a piece of paper and asking to be shown the fullness of who you are. See what comes up in your dreams. Write it down and then sit with it. Ask to be shown. You will. My dreams have been phenomenal doing this. I just cannot get over, Scorpio. Intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing, sorry. So Scorpio is a fixed water sign. Scorpio goes deep. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces are the water signs. So look to see where your water sign is. But with Scorpio here and being a water sign, you could go really deep with this. There is like a shell in the background here. Can you see that kind of coming through? The deeper we go within, the more we expand outward. So if you want to grow, if you want to evolve yourself or stretch yourself and see just what you're capable of, you have to go deep. And Scorpio goes deep. Scorpio will show you your shadow. And Scorpio also promises that it's okay. You're going to be renewed. You're going to be transformed. And those shadow parts, you don't dissolve, we integrate them. And it just helps us to shine brighter. The sooner sooner's not the right word. The more we look to what triggers us, what we resist to see because we don't like those parts of ourselves, the more we work with those, the more comfortable we become with ourselves, and we see that it's okay. And when we speak honestly and openly and we deal with these parts of ourselves, we give other people permission to do so as well. And what we do for ourselves, we do for the world. So that, I'm going to leave it there. That's what I want to share. Chiron, look to see where your Chiron is, or just feel it. Ask to be shown. Put whatever you want under that glass of water that you drink before you go to bed. And if you feel so inclined, please share if you do that and what the outcome was. Okay, bye for now.